Hello and welcome to the August 2020 energy reading and guidance. So this transmission was, I'll describe it in a little bit, but just welcome first of all, and thank you for being here. Welcome if you are new. Please do consider subscribing, and welcome back if you are a regular here. It is wonderful to see you once again. So overall for this month, I have a few points to keep in mind as we will be moving through a few different things this month, and just with some tips and guidance on what we really can focus on and amplify during this month to help it go a little bit more smoother. August really is just a smoother month overall. We're seeing a lot more just like kind of sitting back and relaxing and just catching our breath. And I don't really want to say relaxing, but that just kind of came out. So you may find yourself feeling a little bit more yin, or just being able to be like, oh, okay, like I can catch my breath. I can become a little bit more present with what's going on right now. And I can look at myself in the present, my soul in the present, and whatever else kind of comes up in the present. So that is the biggest thing right now. Even though we will be catching our breath, it is still quite mysterious as to how the rest of this year may play out. And I feel like August has a big part in that. So really just being present with who you are and what is going on, and just aligning what feels good for you this month is going to be huge, and is really just the biggest message here, is being yourself, being authentic to yourself, following what kind of feels good, and allowing yourself to stay more in alignment with the connections that you have and with what you're doing, and just looking at things from a more present state of being rather than coming from a place of past experiences, I guess you could say. So really just moving beyond that and feeling our experience in the moment now. Now we do have a lot of high vibe energies, and that was like the first thing that I wrote down in my journal when I set the intention to do this reading, was just like high vibrational, just high frequencies. There's a lot of things going on astrologically. I won't get too far into it, but there are a lot of forces at work here. Like I'm feeling that very earthly energy, but I'm also feeling a lot of cosmic energy and just angels and just a lot of high frequencies kind of being beamed into the earth and into our beings. So we may be feeling a lot of changes at a cellular level during this time, and this is going to look different for everyone with what is going on. Just being aware of that, knowing that upgrades and activations are happening right now. If you are a starseed and a light worker, just keeping that in mind and staying open to the possibility of that kind of connection and that kind of growth. So I'm going to start with my first point, which is just about being. I kind of touched on it already, but one of the cards that I actually pulled was the yin and yang card. This was the very first card, and we have the 22 here. Let's see if we can, there we go. If we can kind of see that, but you see that the yin is kind of atop the yang here. And yes, there is a gentle balance here, just like we have with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You need them both, just a reminder, but the yin really is overhanging the yang, and I feel that is more because the action really may be happening in the background here. So you may have a lot of projects or just dreams and goals and things that you are working on, but the big thing that to remember that we can be resting, we can be just taking care of ourselves, we can be enjoying our experience, and work still be happening in the background. It's okay to take a little bit of a break. It's okay to look like you're kind of off the grid and go do the things that you need to do. Just knowing that in any situation that you find yourself in during this month of August, knowing that even if you feel like you're in limbo, which is another point I will get to, but even if you feel that like not much is going on, you were going through like a lot of healing and doing all this stuff and everything was just going so fast, and now you feel like you're kind of at a stop, you're kind of at a place where like, okay, like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, and that is totally okay. Trusting that and knowing that the work really is going on in the background, that work is being done within your being subconsciously, as long as you commit to feeling good and authentic to yourself. So that just comes back to really just paying attention and being present in your moments and in what is going on within you as well, and with other people. You may find a lot of different things coming up, like we've talked about before, triggers, reactions, and just old beliefs and stuff like that that may not be aligned, and that's good. Just knowing that you can shed that, you can let that go. We have Leo energy here. We've got the sun on our side, ready to just burn away anything. So just really setting the intention to be like, okay, yeah, like this isn't serving me right now, and just allowing that to just kind of spill away, reframing it. So that kind of ties into just kind of cleansing, and not cleansing in the active way. Remember, we're in the more yin state here, and maybe you're in the more yang state, you know, take what resonates. But since that is feeling a little bit more dominant in the collective right now, I want to say that this cleansing may be happening with letting things go that don't align with you. So the big thing that we can focus on is our community and the people around us. So if there are people that just you don't connect with anymore, or you just don't feel good around, like, it's okay to take a step back from those relationships. It's okay to leave people behind, no matter how close you are with them. It's okay to take a break, to come back to like, okay, I need to decide whether or not this is good for me. So community is huge, you guys. It's absolutely so important, especially if some of us are still kind of self-isolating, especially here in the USA. This community that we hold is still kind of virtual, even if we can still go out and hang out with people. It's important to hold that and remember to connect with people that are more like-minded to you, and connect with maybe just other beings and your guides. So this connection with community, this just connection with something other than yourself, this connection that is going to empower you and just lift you up, is going to be very, very helpful during this month. And knowing that all of these forces are going on, the connection that you have with your guides and your angels and whatever it is that you believe in is a lot higher. So staying open to connecting with that, staying open to, okay, hey, like maybe there's new people I'm meant to meet here, and allowing yourself to kind of open yourself up to new connections, whatever that means for you. Take what resonates, but just new connections, or maybe old connections, or just connection in general. Connection and community. So the next thing that I kind of touched on was just things happening more at a cellular level, maybe not consciously going on within us. Maybe we can just have that inner knowing and that deep wisdom that like, okay, yeah, I'm transforming here. Things are changing within me without me having to go and do a journaling practice, or go actually like talk to someone and stuff like that. And all that is really, really good. Those are steps to taking towards that transformation. But a lot of us have done that. And it's nice to remember that when we do that, we may find ourselves latching onto this old belief. Say, for example, like you don't want to feel judged by others, or you feel like that others judge you, and maybe you isolate yourself. So for example, you may have that belief and you realize it, and it makes you sad every time you think about it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like I don't accept myself. So therefore, I think others won't accept me, and just finding that realization, but actually taking that and reframing it into an affirmation. Affirmations, you guys, are super, super powerful, and it's a lot more high vibe than focusing on, okay, this is an old belief, I'm going to intend to release it every single day. We need to kind of reprogram it within the mind. So turning it into an affirmation is going to help us reframe that belief into something that is in more alignment with where we are in our lives right now. Keeping that in mind, if you do find yourself doing more of that type of work, but overall, just because these changes are happening in the background does not mean that nothing is going on. Maybe you do feel like you're in limbo and you're just kind of like, I don't feel like I should be pushing on anything or just taking a lot of action. And maybe you do feel like going for it and taking a lot of action with this Leo sun. So it really is up to how you feel, just really being present with how you feel and following that, following your intuition and what is right for you during this time. And I feel like that's kind of why everything is so mysterious, because it could go either way. And no matter what, these changes still are happening in the background, even if you are someone that is kind of pushing out content and all this kind of stuff and doing all of these things that you have planned doing. And August is like the month awesome. And if August feels more like a transitional month, then just know that these transformative energies are just kind of like breaking, like a cycle is being broken here. So allow this time to rest, allow yourself to really just take a breath, to experience to the fullest. And the last thing that I want to mention is just harmonizing with color. That was something that was just kept repeating in my mind, harmonize and color. And I want to not really explain it too much and just allow you to give whatever meaning or just see kind of what comes up, but just harmonize in color. Whatever that may mean, whether it be just an actual color or it could be more of a metaphor for something. Just a lot of harmony and color, being present and really connecting with what resonates with you. So one thing that is also coming up in relation to this harmonizing in color just around us in our lives is basking in love and passion. So Leo is a passionate sign, and it's really nice to be able to allow ourselves to just like give in. And I feel like every time we come into Leo season, it's a wonderful time to just give in to that feeling of love, whether that be for yourself, your family, a partner, friends. Just allow yourself to bask in it and be present with it instead of worrying about the ifs, ands, and buts. So that is a big thing right now. And as we move out of the Leo into the Virgo, we still have that romance and that love holding strong, but it's more of a flowy kind of feminine aspect of it instead of just something really fiery. Virgo is still very fierce, as is the divine feminine, but it is also still flowy, and it's just kind of like moving back and just allowing and trusting. So that is a big thing, allowing and trusting in the process of what is going on, trusting in the divine plan, trusting that your intuition is giving you the most up-to-date information right now, allowing yourself to discover and be present with what is going on within you and outside of you. So with all that being said, I have 3 things that we can really dive into this month if you're looking to dive into something a little bit more, just pouring yourself into something. So the first thing is self-care and self-love. Always self-care and self-love, but especially if you are one of those people that feels like you can just like take a breath and just come back and allow things to happen for you as you are kind of just shifting and taking this transitional month as a chance to just dive deeper into your authentic self, dive deeper into you. It's a wonderful time to just dig deep into your self-care and your self-love practices. And one thing that really came up strong was just reminders of how amazing you are, reminders of how much you love yourself, reminders of who you are throughout the day. So whether that be affirmations, whether that be a feeling or something that you do, just really take that and move with it. It could even be just like tea infusion or just some kind of drink that makes you feel really good inside. Just make like a lot of it and drink it throughout the day and let that be a reminder. So whatever it is that you want to be kind of your reminder to stay high vibe or just come back to center and to alignment and to feeling good and to reminding yourself of who you truly are at your core. Really put that intention into that maybe specific object or thing or drink or even just words. So setting that intention that this is going to be your reminder for love. This little tiny self-care, self-love practice is massive. So this is something that we can really dive into this month and just explore and see how we feel, see what kind of makes us feel good, just to remind ourselves that like, okay, yeah, we can come back to this. We are this. It's really important to remind yourself that, especially in this 3D realm with everything going on with other people, situations, experiences, and just there's a lot. So it's important to remember what that feels like, to remind yourself of who you truly are. So that also goes into just really acknowledging how you see your soul and how your soul sees you, connecting with your soul on a deeper level. This is something that I am personally going to be diving into this month, especially as I feel that kind of yin energy begin to encapsulate me with like this fierce passion, I suppose you could say. But really just allowing myself to figure out like, okay, what is it that really feeds my soul and how can can I really give that back to myself? How can I pour into my soul so that I may move through life more aligned and feeling a lot more purposeful and just doing what feels right? So that is something to think about, is just acknowledging like how your soul wants to be seen, how your soul kind of sees you, and how you can move through life with this connection with your soul, with this connection with what feels right and good for you, whether that be a career, it could be business wise, it could just be personally, it could be like a hobby or just something you do or something you be or someone you be with. So it can be honestly anything, but just listening to that and diving into that is a nice practice to do during this month. And lastly, as I talked about, is connection. It's a wonderful time to just really connect with your guides, connect with your star families and your angels. Really just remembering that if you do want that guidance and you want that connection, you actually need to make an effort to connect and communicate. So if that is something that you're desiring to do more of, or just understand more of, or just feel, you want to feel that like you aren't alone, that you have like this spiritual tribe with you, this spiritual army with you at all times, you can feel that. So remembering that you only need to set the intention that you want to connect, let them know, and just allow yourself to sit in silence for a little while, or just to breathe. Allow yourself to just lay down and trust and let go of the mind. So really just quieting the mind and allowing yourself to let go, trust, get back in the backseat for a little bit and just see what happens within the body, see how you feel, notice whatever comes up in your mind, whatever comes up out of your voice, whatever comes up in front of your eyes. Just allow that to be that. So this is a great time to also connect with your guides and your light beings if you are looking to get into that as well. So that is all that I have for you guys for this month. Wowie, wowie, wowie. It is definitely a very high vibrational month. I'm feeling that energy. I hope you can feel that energy as well. Remember to return to this energy, and not from a place of lack, not from a place of feeling like, oh, I've been feeling so down. Oh, I've been feeling this way. Like I need to pick myself back up. Like allow yourself to feel down. Allow yourself to feel like, sometimes you have to allow yourself to feel that way in order to return to this natural state of being, which is truly just love and just this joy that lives within you. So those little reminders every single day of who you are and what brings you joy is going to be very, very vital, as well as just connecting, whether that be with the people around you or your spiritual family, and just remembering that you can honor your soul, and just noticing how your soul honors you. Like hold that connection and hold yourself in this place where you can take a breath. That's why I just keep taking a breath during this video. Just sigh it out, take a breather. Everything's going to be fine. Everything is going to be smooth. Allow yourself to trust and be open to what is going on. Allow yourself to be present. I hope this was very, very helpful and giving you a little bit more clarity and guidance during this time. I'm sending you all so much love. Please do comment down below so I can send some love and encouragement back to you. Let me know what resonated. Let me know what really just stood out for you. I would love to hear that. Sending you guys so much love as always. Happy August, and I will see you in another video. Bye!